Hello viewers, welcome to my video. As you can see, it says my magician deck, which is obviously Yu-Gi-Oh! So thank you very much for viewing my video, Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans. And basically what I'm going to be doing is showing you my magician deck. I have to put the big word in. I have not been collecting any brand new ones because I'm an old classic fan. Don't like not in the XYZs or any above. The furthest I will go is synchros. That's just just a word, a reminder of this one. So, not in further ado, I will be showing you my magician deck. Starting off with the synchros, we have Stardust Dragon, very shiny one. We also have a second Stardust Dragon. I know the dragons in a magician deck, and you're only wondering why would you do that. It works well. It works pretty well actually. I don't know why I put this in to be honest, but Red Dragon Earthring. I would rather, to be honest, I would rather have a third Stardust Dragon, but hey, it looks cool in it. So that was me synchros. Next up, monsters, of course. The obvious card that should have in your magician deck, Sorcerer of Dark Magic. A very good card indeed. Saved me butt a few times as well. We have Blizzard Princess, which is quite a decent card as well, considering the fact that I don't usually use water type monsters, but works quite well, really well. Anyway, on our next card is the most obvious card of my whole magician deck, the Dark Magician. My most favourite Dark Magician as well, considering the fact that this was my first actual card when I was pulled out of a pack when I first started, when I was like small. So, Dark Magician, of course. So, the next one is, of course, another Dark Magician. And yes, third, another one with the same art, because it's the best one in my case. Lost and Bates artifact for Dark Magician at least. So, my next card is the Dark Magician Knight. Very, very helpful when summoning. Ever since then, bit rubbish, but you know, that's pretty much the reason why I've got that in there. Obviously, Dark Magician Psychic, a Dark Magician Girl. Not shiny, but the original. Can't beat the original, to be honest, in my case. And then we have a Chaos Sorcerer, a second Chaos Sorcerer. I'm not sure about the rules, so if it's been limited, I don't care. It's my deck. It works well. Next card is the Chaos Command Magician. I don't really use that very much, but it looks pretty awesome, so, and obviously the Magician. Um, this one is pretty handy, if it was worked well. Mutant Mind Master. If any of you is not sure about this, what it does is basically I can control my opponent's creature to attack them instead of this, but it does become weak after, which is a bit crap. Anywho, and the next card is the Magician of Valkyria, and of course I have two. I'm sure I don't need to be explained why I've got two. The fact of its effect. There you go. If no one knows that, basically it stops all attacks towards all spellcasters. So obviously if you have two, it works okay. Oh my, sorry. On our next card is Skilled Dark Edition. Of course, I'm sure I've only got one in this one, so I don't really focus on the spell counters. Um, Herald of Creation, generally a good attack point. Um, of course, 1800, so that's pretty much why that's in there. We've also got a second one, just in case. Of course, one of the most brilliant effects ever. Breaker the Magical Warrior. Obviously a really good looking card as well. I know this isn't a spellcaster, but it's a heck of it's a lot of saving Eudorius. Very, very interesting. If you don't know this, I've had this since Mark's structure deck. What it does, if you've got in defense mode and you've been attacked, the creature's dead by effect. So, very helpful cards. My third one, yet again, not a spellcaster, Knight of Silence. And it does exactly the same as Newdoria, but it's a flip effect. So no matter what, I can choose which creature is going to be destroyed. So, very good card indeed. Tune Magician. I'm sure everyone would know why, since I've shown you Stardust Dragon and Red Dragon Archfiend. Um, Familiar Possess Area. I pretty much only got that because of the attack points. I'll be honest. Um, so yeah, that's the only reason why I've got that in there. Yet again, another non-spellcaster, which is 3 top runners. I'm sure everyone knows why. Sinkers, so Demi Tuners, which is quite helpful as well. A very classic spellcaster, Mystical Elf. Like I said, I am a classic fan. My next one is a Hannibal Necromancer, and it's a very good defense monster as well, with 1800 defense. And yes, oh, didn't realize I've got a second classic card, another Mystical Elf, and the next card is Gemini Elf, and as most of my friends know, as I call them lesbians. I'm sorry if anyone's took offence, but it's it's just a laugh towards my friends anyway. So Gemini Elf, Royal Magical Library, obviously only because of defense, good defense. This is actually a rather interesting one. Miller, oh sorry, Miller the Temporal Magician. It's quite an interesting card actually. When it's normal summoned, I can target one set card and look at it on my opponent's side, so I can, see if there's any trap cards or magic cards. Quite interesting and a good attack point as well. Of course, 1800 attack points, and of course a very classic card, and it helped me recently as well. Copycat, and yes, it was the original attack. I remember somebody used this against me, and they kind of not understood what it meant. It says normal points, and they use the additional points, which is not what it's supposed to be. Anywho, that's all my monsters. Now we go on to the spell cards. The first one is, of course, the Sword of Revealing Light. The most obvious thing you would have to have, especially when it comes to Dark Magician Girl and Dark Magician, is Sage's Stone. A very, very classical card. Our next one is Axe of Despair, which has helped us and annoyed people so many times, I have to admit. It is such a good card. Very useful indeed. Another helpful magic card. Thousand Knives, of course. Very, very useful. Another Axe of Despair. Boosting the points for up to another 1,000, which is good. Dark Magic Attack, which is another very good spellcaster. Sorry, magic card. Our next card is very, very useful. You would have to have these in the magician card in the magician deck, I would say. Magical Dimension. Of course, a little boost up. Bigger Secret Arts. We have two of them. MST, of course. And as you should remember earlier, the ritual for Dark Magician Knight's title, and a second magical dimension. I would rather like a third one of them actually. So yes, magical dimension. That was my spellcast, my magic cards. The next ones will be trap cards, of course. So let's start up with Magic Cylinder, one of my most favorite trap cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh, to be honest. So Magic Cylinder, compulsory evacuation device. I'm sure a lot of people are using this, and it's very bloody annoying, especially when it hits yourself. Um, Magic Cylinder, yet again, like I say, favorite trap card. Sorry. Magician's Circle, very useful card, of course. Spellbinding Circle, a very classic trap card, yet again, very useful as well. This card is actually saved with butter as well. Starlight Road, of course, it allows you to summon a Stardust Dragon if there's two or more cards being destroyed by effect. We have Mirror Force, of course, everyone should have Mirror Force. This is a very useful trap card, very well this one. Scrap Iron Scarecrow. If you don't know what it is, it stops opponents from attacking, and you can put it back down. It doesn't go in the graveyard at all, so it's very useful. Next card is, I'm sure everyone is using this, Trap Jammer. Of course, we know what it does. Stops jams traps, obviously. Draining Shield, of course, gaining that life points. I'm not sure why I put this in, but I might take it out. Trap Hole. And our very last trap card is an actual monster. Metal Reflect Slime. What that does, if anyone not known, it comes in defense mode with a 3000 defense, but it's also known as a trap card, which is yet annoying because it's easily bloody destroyed. So, that is my magician deck. I hope everyone enjoyed this very long video on magician decks. On my next video, I will be showing you my dragons deck. Yes, I will. I do have the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, and it's a very classic one. So, sure be looking forward for that. And like I said, thank you very much for watching this magician deck. This is probably my most favorite deck of all. The love to God, of course. So thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, give a like. If you have any comments down below, but comment along, And of course, feel free to subscribe for more content, and I will be happy to see you in the next video. And as I always say, be yourself, and thank you very much for watching. Cheers.